Okay, story time. My first week at my first real job. Big company, professional setting, everyone in blazers. My manager called a team meeting and said, and I'm quoting directly, "Let's leverage our core competencies to move the needle on our key deliverables and ensure all stakeholders are aligned before we circle back end of week."
Oh no.
And I wrote every single word down in my notebook, nodded very seriously, said absolutely, and then after the meeting, I Googled every single word individually for 45 minutes.
Leo.
Move the needle. I thought there was an actual needle somewhere that needed moving. I was looking around the room for it.
The needle.
There was no needle, Mia. It was just a phrase. Nobody told me.
Okay, first of all, this is the most relatable story I have ever heard. And second of all, this is exactly why we're doing today's episode.
Please, my professional dignity is at stake.
We are going to decode business English today. Hey everyone, welcome back to English Speaking Practice. I'm Mia.
And I'm Leo, former needle seeker, future business English expert, hopefully.
By the end of today's episode, you are going to understand the most important business English vocabulary, meeting phrases, email language, workplace idioms, and the words that make you sound polished and professional in any work situation.
And we have a trick coming up later, a visual one, that is going to help you choose the right level of formality every single time, because that's half the battle.
The other half is just knowing the words, which we are going to cover right now. And hey, if you're new here, welcome. We drop brand new English lessons every single day right here on this channel.
Yeah, subscribe so you don't miss tomorrow's. We make stuff like this, the things your textbook skipped, and we try to make it actually fun.
Okay, so first, why does business English feel so different, so hard, even for people who speak English pretty well?
Because it genuinely is different. Like, I could have a perfectly normal conversation in English and then walk into an office and suddenly understand 0% of what's happening.
Exactly. Business English has its own vocabulary, its own rhythms, its own level of formality, and a lot of it is idioms, phrases where the words don't literally mean what they say.
The needle. I know this now.
You know this now. So let's start with the most common place business English happens, meetings. What are the words and phrases you actually hear in meetings?
Okay, give me the first one. Hit me.
Let's touch base. This means let's have a quick conversation or check in with each other. You'd say, "I'll touch base with you after the presentation," or "Can we touch base tomorrow morning?"
Touch base. So it's like touching home base in baseball, coming back to check in.
Exactly. It's a sports metaphor. Business English loves sports metaphors.
Okay, I'm already seeing the needle differently. Move the needle. Is that sports too?
Yes, it comes from old measurement instruments. Moving the needle meant making progress that you could actually measure. We need to move the needle on our sales numbers. Means we need to actually make measurable progress, not just talk about it.
Oh, that's actually really visual. The needle on a gauge going up. I love that. Okay, what else?
Let's table this. Now, this one is tricky because it means different things in British English versus American English.
Wait, seriously?
In American English, let's table this means let's set it aside and come back to it later, like put it on the table and leave it there.
And in British English?
In British English, let's table this means let's bring it to the table, let's discuss it now. Completely opposite.
What? The same phrase means opposite things depending on where you are?
Welcome to English! And so always pay attention to context. If an American says, "Let's table this discussion," they want to pause it. If a British person says it, they want to start it.
Mental note. Check the accent first.
Good strategy. Okay, to take something offline. This one sounds very technical, but it actually just means let's discuss this privately, not in this group meeting.
So, let's take this offline means this is getting complicated. Let's you and I talk later separately.
Perfectly explained. You'd hear, "Great question. Let's take that offline so we don't get into the weeds here."
Get into the weeds, another idiom.
Yes, getting into the weeds means going into too much detail, getting lost in the small stuff. Let's not get into the weeds right now. Let's stay at the big picture level.
So if I'm in a meeting and someone asks a really detailed question that's going to take the meeting off track, I can say, let's not get into the weeds right now, but let's take that offline.
That is an absolutely professional, native-sounding response. I would be proud of you in that meeting.
I would be proud of me too. Okay, what's next?
Circle back. This one you mentioned.
The one my manager said, circle back, end of week.
Right. Circle back just means to return to something, to follow up. Let's circle back on this after we have more data. Or I'll circle back with you once I've spoken to the team. It's just a fancier, more dynamic way of saying let's revisit or let's follow up.
The circle represents coming back around to the same point.
Exactly. You go away, you do your work, you come back around. The circle.
Okay, I actually love this one now. I'm going to say circle back constantly. My friends are going to think I've had a personality transplant.
Business English does that. One more big meeting phrase. Action items. These are the tasks that come out of a meeting, the things people agreed to do.
So at the end of a meeting, someone might say, okay, let's review our action items before we wrap up.
Exactly, and then everyone lists what they agreed to do. Leo, your action item is to send the report by Friday. Mia, your action item is to schedule the client call. Clean, clear, professional.
I like action items. It sounds so decisive, not just stuff to do, action items.
Right? It makes a to-do list sound like a mission. Okay, let's move to email and written business English because the words you use in writing are often slightly different from speaking.
And emails are so important, right? Because they're permanent. You can't take back an email.
You really can't. So, some key phrases. I hope this email finds you well. This is a classic professional email opener.
I've seen this one. It's like a formal hello, how are you for email.
Exactly. It's warm but professional. The casual version would be hope you're doing well, and both are fine depending on your relationship with the person.
What about when you're asking for something?
Great one. I wanted to follow up on is how you remind someone about something without sounding demanding. I wanted to follow up on my email from last Tuesday regarding the proposal.
Regarding. That's a very business email word.
It is. Regarding just means about, but it sounds more formal. I'm writing regarding your application. I wanted to speak with you regarding the project timeline.
So I'm writing about your application is fine, but I'm writing regarding your application sounds more polished, more professional, yes?
Same information, different register. And speaking of different registers, I would like to request versus can I get.
Oh, wow, those feel completely different.
Can I get the report is fine between colleagues you know well, but in a professional email to someone senior or someone you don't know, I would like to request the updated report at your earliest convenience.
At your earliest convenience. That's such a good phrase. It means as soon as you can, but it sounds respectful.
It leaves the timing to them while still making clear you need it soon. It's assertive and polite at the same time.
What about ending an email? I never know how to sign off.
So the most common professional sign-offs are best regards, warm but formal, kind regards, slightly warmer, best, on its own, common and friendly in professional contexts, thanks or many thanks, great when someone's done something for you.
And please never yours truly unless you're writing an actual letter in 1987.
Unless it's 1987, maybe keep that one in the drawer. Okay, now we're going to talk about workplace idioms, and this is the fun part. These are the phrases that sound completely normal to native speakers, but sound absolutely wild if you try to translate them literally.
Like my needle, my precious literal needle that did not exist.
Like your needle. Okay, first one, hit the ground running.
Oh, I know this one. It means to start something quickly and energetically, right? Without needing a warm-up period.
Exactly. We need someone who can hit the ground running on this project. We need someone who can start immediately and be effective right away.
I'm guessing it comes from, like, soldiers jumping from moving vehicles and having to run the moment they land.
That's actually one of the theories. Soldiers or paratroopers landing in motion. So it literally means you're already moving the second your feet touch the ground.
That's actually kind of badass. I like this idiom now.
Very badass. Next one, on the same page.
As in, everyone agrees, everyone understands the same thing.
Yes. Are we all on the same page about the deadline? Means, does everyone understand and agree? You can also use it when you're not on the same page. I don't think we're on the same page here. Let me explain what I mean.
Like a book, if everyone's reading the same page, you're all looking at the same information.
Perfect analogy. Next, low-hanging fruit.
Okay, this one I actually love. It's the easy wins, right? The stuff you can achieve quickly and easily.
Exactly. Let's start with the low-hanging fruit. Means let's tackle the easiest tasks first. It comes from fruit picking. The fruit at the bottom of the tree is the easiest to reach without a ladder.
So low-hanging fruit in business means what can we get done quickly with minimum effort?
Minimum effort, maximum speed. And it's not always used positively. Sometimes people say, that's just low-hanging fruit, as a slight criticism, meaning that was too easy. We need to go after bigger goals.
Context is everything.
Always. Okay, 2 more big idioms. Bandwidth.
Oh, I've heard this used to mean like how much work someone has capacity for.
Exactly right. Do you have the bandwidth to take on this project? Means, do you have the time, energy, and capacity for this? It comes from technology. Bandwidth in computing means how much data you can process at once.
So your human bandwidth is how much work you can process at once. That's actually a really good metaphor.
It's genuinely elegant. And the last one, synergy, or synergize.
Oh, synergy. The word every presenter uses when they want to sound impressive, but maybe don't have a specific meaning.
You're not wrong. It's one of the most overused business words. But it does have a real meaning. Synergy is when 2 things working together produce a better result than they would separately.
It's a real concept. It just gets overused. I feel like every company claims they have synergy.
Every company does claim that. Okay, let's talk about mistakes, because there are some really common business English mistakes that make people sound less polished, and I want to make sure we avoid them.
Oh, good. I've probably made all of them.
We've probably all made these. Mistake 1, being too casual in writing when the situation calls for formal language, like writing to your CEO and starting with, hey.
Oh, yikes. Is hey too casual?
Depends completely on the company culture. In a very informal startup, hey might be totally normal. But in a traditional corporate environment, dear name, or at minimum, hi name is safer. When in doubt, go slightly more formal. You can always be invited to be more casual, but you can't unsend a too casual email.
Sage advice. What's mistake 2?
Overusing sorry. In some cultures, saying sorry is very common and polite, but in many professional English contexts, excessive apologizing can actually undermine your confidence.
Like starting every email with sorry to bother you?
Exactly. Sorry to bother you, but I just wanted to quickly ask if maybe you had a chance to look at the report. That's 5 levels of apology for a perfectly reasonable request.
So what do you say instead?
I wanted to follow up on the report. Could you let me know when you've had a chance to review it? Confident, clear, professional. No apology needed.
That sounds so much stronger. Same request, completely different energy.
And you deserve that energy. You're not bothering anyone by doing your job. Mistake 3, using words you don't fully understand just because they sound impressive.
Oh, like the time I told someone we should leverage our paradigm shift because I'd heard both words and thought they went together?
What did they say?
They looked at me for a very long time and then said, interesting, and changed the subject.
Interesting is the professional version of what did you just say? Use words you understand. It's always better to say something clearly in simple language than to use complex words incorrectly.
Noted. No more random paradigm shifts.
Okay, I promise you the trick, the one visual tool that will help you choose the right word for every situation. Are you ready?
Ready and waiting.
I call it the formality ladder, and here's how it works. Imagine a ladder. At the bottom of the ladder is casual, everyday English. At the top of the ladder is very formal, official English. And the key insight is most business English lives somewhere in the middle of that ladder.
Not too casual, not too stiff.
Exactly. And for every idea you want to express, there's usually a version at every rung. Let me show you. Let's take the idea of sharing an opinion in a meeting.
Okay.
Bottom rung, very casual. I think we should just do this.
Totally normal friend energy.
Rung 2, a little more professional. I believe this is the right approach.
A bit more confident and considered.
Rung 3, meeting appropriate. I'd like to suggest we consider this option.
Now it sounds like you've thought about it and you're being respectful of others' opinions.
Rung 4, more formal. I would recommend we proceed in this direction.
This is manager energy, presenting something with authority.
Top rung, very formal, written report or senior presentation. It is my recommendation that the team adopt this approach going forward.
Whoa, that's like board meeting language.
Yes, same idea, 5 totally different rungs. And the formality ladder trick is before you speak or write, ask yourself, who am I talking to and what rung of the ladder do I need?
So if it's a casual Slack message to a teammate, bottom rung, email to your manager, middle rungs, formal report to the CEO, top rungs.
Exactly right. And the beautiful thing is, once you learn a phrase, you can practice saying it at different rungs. The idea stays the same, the language levels up.
So I don't need a completely different vocabulary for every situation. I just need to know how to climb or descend the ladder with what I already know.
That is the most elegant way I have ever heard someone summarize this concept. Well done.
I'm going to say it is my recommendation that we take a moment to appreciate that summary.
Top rung. Okay, practice time. Real work scenarios. You at home, try to answer before Leo does.
Challenge mode engaged.
Scenario 1. You're in a meeting and someone raises a very detailed technical question that would take the whole meeting off track. What do you say?
Okay, I need to steer the meeting back on track without dismissing the question. I'd say, that's a really important point. I don't want us to get into the weeds here, so let's take that offline after the meeting. I'll follow up with you directly. Boom. Smooth, professional.
Absolutely flawless. You acknowledge the question, use 2 great idioms, and offered a clear plan. Nobody feels dismissed, and the meeting stays on track.
I feel like a real professional right now.
You are a real professional. Scenario 2. You need to email your manager to ask for feedback on a proposal you sent 3 days ago. They haven't replied. How do you write it?
Okay, no sorry to bother you, no groveling, confident and professional. I'd write, "Hi, manager's name. I wanted to follow up regarding the proposal I shared on Tuesday. Please let me know if you have any questions or if there's anything you'd like me to adjust. I'm happy to discuss at your convenience."
That is a genuinely impressive email. Follow up, regarding, at your convenience, all the right vocabulary, all at the right rung of the ladder. Confident, not pushy, not apologetic.
Look at me go.
Look at you go. Okay, the challenge round. I'm going to describe a situation and you have to use at least 3 pieces of business English we learned today in one response. Ready?
3 pieces. I can do 3 pieces.
Your team has been discussing a new project. There's a lot of disagreement. The meeting is running long. How do you wrap it up professionally and move things forward?
Okay, deep breath. I think we've covered a lot of ground today, and I can see there are still some open questions. I'd suggest we don't get into the weeds on every detail right now. Here's what I'd recommend. Let's identify the low-hanging fruit, the things we all agree on, and make those our first action items. For the bigger open questions, let's circle back Thursday once everyone's had a chance to think it through. Does that work for everyone?
Leo?
Was it too much?
That was the most professional thing you have ever said. You used get into the weeds, low-hanging fruit, action items, and circle back all correctly in one beautifully structured response that would wrap up an actual business meeting.
I can't believe I just did that.
I absolutely can. You have come so far from the person who was looking around the room for a physical needle.
Oh, the needle. It all comes back to the needle.
It always comes back. Okay, quick full recap. Meeting vocabulary. To touch base means to check in. To move the needle means to make measurable progress. To table it means to pause it, US, or discuss it, UK. To take it offline means to discuss privately. To circle back means to follow up later. Action items are your agreed tasks.
Email language. I hope this email finds you well, warm professional opener. I wanted to follow up regarding confident and respectful. At your earliest convenience, politely urgent. Best regards, kind regards, best, your sign-off toolkit.
Workplace idioms. To hit the ground running, start immediately and effectively. On the same page, everyone understands and agrees. Low-hanging fruit, the easy wins. Bandwidth, your capacity for work. Synergy, better results from working together.
And the formality ladder. Ask yourself, who am I talking to? What rung do I need? Casual friend, bottom rung. Manager email, middle rungs. CEO report, top rungs.
You just learned a complete business English toolkit. And honestly, use one of these words in your next meeting or email and people will notice.
Seriously, the difference between I think we should follow up and I'd recommend we circle back by end of week is the same idea, but one sounds like you've done this 100 times.
And confidence is everything in a professional environment. You totally got this.
And hey, we put out brand new English lessons every single day right here, so subscribe and come back tomorrow.
Next time, we're tackling small talk, how to do the casual conversations that happen before the meeting officially starts, in the elevator, at the coffee machine, the English that's not in any textbook, but that everyone uses every single day.
Small talk is basically the unofficial business English that no one teaches you, but everyone expects you to know.
So subscribe so you don't miss it. And before you go,
Use one of today's phrases in the comments. I touched base with my team. I suggested we focus on the low-hanging fruit. I recommended we circle back by Thursday. Write anything. Show us you've got it.
we read every single comment and it genuinely makes our day. Okay, you are ready for your next meeting. Walk in there and own it.
And if anyone says, let's move the needle, you know what it means. You are not looking for a needle.
You are not looking for a needle.
See you tomorrow. Keep practicing and remember,
You've got this.
go get 'em.
The needle awaits. Metaphorically, we know this now.